Hey guys, so today's the day, and I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys what I got. I got a new sponsor for the Honda Civic build, and Sylvia reached out to me and asked if I could do a review on one of their parts. Well, actually, it's 4 parts if you consider, but it's they reached out to me, asked me if I would do a review. Now, mind you, I already have a set of these from somebody else, but I told them, yeah, I'd go ahead and do a review, do an installation, see the differences between the two products, and then go from there. But yeah, Sylvia at MaXpeedingRods reached out to me, and like I say, asked me if I would do a review on these. And we're going to go ahead and open these up. I haven't even looked at them. So what these are is a full suspension coilover kit for the Civic. I had not even heard of MaXpeedingRods before. I know guys like Deadbeat Garage and Young Static. They use MaXpeedingRods a lot on their builds. And like I say, I already purchased a set of Skunk 2 coilovers for my car, which are already on there. So this is the front setup. And right off the bat, I can tell you that the difference between the Skunk 2 and the MaXpeedingRods is they actually send you the nuts to install them. I had to go buy a set of nuts for the Skunk 2 ones. And you have the adjustable collars, so you can preload the coilover itself. This is the rear one. Like I say, this is the first time I opened it up, so I still got to read the instructions. So yeah, here's the rear set, and I'm assuming that these are adjustable because there's a knurled top. So yeah, these I mean, they look pretty good. I think the only difference between, and I'll go ahead and show the difference when I pull off the other ones. I'll show you the actual differences between the two. You know, construction, the way they install, stuff like that. I know the Skunk 2 coilovers didn't have that adjustability, so that's a plus for the MaXpeedingRods. So yeah, we will go ahead and install all of these and read the instructions, I guess, if they came. Yeah, customer service card. So you get 2 front coilovers, 2 rear. These, I don't know what these are for. And then service card, and that's what you get in the box. So yeah, these, we'll then go ahead and install these guys and kind of do the difference. What I think I might actually do is install the right side on the vehicle and then leave the Skunk 2 ones on the other side. What is up, you guys? And as promised, we're going to go ahead and take a look at those coilovers that got sent to me by MaXpeedingRods. Yeah, we're going to go ahead and pull off, I don't know, maybe this side. Pull off that coil over here because, like I say, I did already install the Skunk 2 coilovers that I have. and then I'll put the MaXpeedingRods on this side, and then we'll kind of go through the differences between the two. You might be asking yourself, well, what the hell happened to the canopy? Well, as usual, our torrential winds that were, I mean, you can still see it's kind of windy now, but I mean, it just ripped a lot of these grommets like this out of the side panels. And I mean, it did a real number. Like back here, take a look at this. You can see where it's kind of ripped out some of those grommets that were there. That's how bad the winds get here. Luckily enough, the roof or the top cover is still on and intact. So during the summertime, it will kind of just give me some shade while I'm working, because before I would just work out on the open and it'd get really hot in here, so or on here. As you can see, I haven't done anything. It's still in the same location. I did take off the cowl because Brady at Sol Kreations 365, he needed me to make a template for him like an accurate template, because the one that he sent me was a little off in some areas. And so he wanted me to send him a template of the actual piece. So yeah, I did that, and I took off the other one, so I got to put that back on. Kind of a game plan here is I did get the ECU, and I got to charge the battery, I believe. I'm not sure if it's dead or not, even though I haven't even tried it, but still, I'm going to go ahead and put the battery charger on it, and that way it's ready for when I try to start it. But I'm going to go ahead and pull off these this front coilover, since I already have it up, and make sure everything's buttoned up, and then we'll slap on the other one. So differences between the two, we have the MaXpeedingRod and the Skunk 2 Pro Series coilovers. They both have an adjustable bottom end, so you can lower or raise the ride height that way. One of the only differences I can tell as far as the exterior goes is this spring seems to be a bit thicker and wider than the Skunk 2 spring. Again, like I said before, MaXpeedingRods sends these nuts to install. Skunk 2 didn't send me those. I mean, I used the ones that came off of the VMS Racing strut brace. I used the 2 black anodized nuts. These seem to be identical. The mounting points here for the brake lines, this is welded on to the housing itself. This one is actually adjustable and you can turn it. They both have the locking rings, so you can do your preloads. And like I said, that's adjustable as well. What I'm going to do is just keep it the same. Right there. So we'll do that and lock it in place. Make sure everything is lined up right. And then we'll lock this in place and install it. Alright, so installing the coilover back on the car, and just figured out what these things are for. If you try and install this coilover onto the lower fork, these coilovers are actually made for a different or multiple applications. So they'll fit, you know, several years of Honda Civics. And so this particular Honda Civic requires that you use this little sleeve inside here in order for this to sit snug inside that insertion right there. So yeah, I didn't know what these were for when I first saw them, but now I've figured it out. Alright, front ones are installed. You can see we got the adjustable valve here, and we don't over there. So I took off the rear Skunk 2 coilover. Here is the MaXpeedingRods coilover, and again, pretty much the same. I think, like I say, the only difference is the actual thickness. Actually, these ones actually look the same as far as the diameter of the spring material, and they kind of look almost the same width. So yeah, they're about the same. Again, they're both adjustable here. You got the locking collars, so you can do your preloads. Differences, I guess, the shape of the fork down at the bottom. Welds look a little bit beefier on the MaXpeedingRods than they do on the Skunk 2 coilovers. So, and again, they come with the mounting hardware, the adjustable knob here up on top. So go ahead and install this one, and we'll drop it down. Alright, so just reverse the order to install them, of course, if you took off your other one. The only difference that I found between the Skunk 2 and the MaXpeedingRod is when you insert this bolt, the other side, where is it? Yeah, see, right there where it comes out, the Skunk 2 has the bolt already welded onto it. The MaXpeedingRod doesn't have a bolt, so I just used, actually what I'm referring to is the nut, not the bolt. The nut is not on the fork down at the bottom. What I did was I just used the one that they have on the top studs, and that worked fine with the bolt that I have. So you might have to, if you don't have the bolt or nut, to install that bottom bolt here, you're going to need to grab one of these. So yeah, it's all installed. I had adjusted it to the same ride height as the one I took off. So we'll just go ahead and put on the tire, and we'll drop it down. Let's see how it looks. All right, so it's on, and I'm tucking just a little bit. I'll probably end up raising up this car when I get it running, hopefully. But yeah, it's about the same. All right. And of course, I can't really test how it feels when you're riding as far as the comfort level, if it's too stiff, if it's soft, or whatever, until I can get it running. So yeah, that's finished installing those two on that side, and I have these two for the other side. But like I say, I want to leave the Skunk 2 coilovers on, and then the MaXpeedingRods on that side, so when I get the car running I can take it for a ride and basically just see how it rides and how it does. So yeah, thanks to MaXpeedingRods for providing me with these. I didn't have a lot of sponsors on this build. I bought everything out of pocket. I got Sol Kreations 365 for the cowl. I have MaXpeedingRods now for the suspension, and although they didn't sponsor me, they treated me really well, and that's 100 proof hardware.